Hey, what is up, everyone? In today's video, I got here three PlayStation related games. As you can see, uh, I have a copy of Ratchet and Clank Collection. Includes three full games digitally remastered in HD. So yeah, I was at a pawn shop in my neighborhood, and it just so happened they were selling these games there for 3 for 10 basically. So yeah, $3.33. So divided by another three, that's $1.11 for each Ratchet and Clank title. That is incredible. And these games are really good from what I've heard. I haven't actually played them. This is actually my second copy. I got it because, well, hey, I mean, it's 3 for 10, so might as well pick it up. So on the back here, we have Ratchet and Clank from PS2, Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, and a voucher for the 10th anniversary Ratchet and Clank Avatar, which unfortunately I don't have a code for, and voucher good for access to Sly Cooper Thieves in Time demo, which unfortunately also don't actually have access to because there's nothing but the disc inside. So the game supports 1080p network players. I doubt that works now. And you also have uh, a headset, and also it supports 3D. Yeah, if you remember, Sony released a 3D TV. That was when like 3D was a pretty big fad back then. But of course, it was just that, a fad, and they kind of abandoned it after a couple of years. But yeah, this is the Ratchet and Clank collection, and well, you can see inside we have cover art. I believe this is the first game's cover art, or actually no, um, artwork for the first game. I I think I'm not too sure, but yeah, we have the game right here. There's no manual, so therefore no download code, and even then, I doubt it works. So yeah, I will say I really like the gold here. It looks really nice. But yeah, let's actually okay. Yeah, we actually have the art here. I believe this is for all three games. But yeah, let's actually try this out on my PlayStation 3 and see if it works. All right, and oh, okay. Okay, loads two icons. First, we have the actual collection. Okay, nice. And we have a digital manual. Okay, that's interesting. All right, so here's the manual. All right, so it's really nothing special. It's just the instructions. I mean, that's nice. Okay, so here we are at the main menu here, and if I go to the side here, I can select in between each game. Okay. But yeah, I know. Yeah, that's basically Ratchet and Clank. All right, so with Ratchet and Clank out of the way, let's get to the next game. And the next game I have here is Need for Speed Most Wanted, developed by Criterion Games, published by EA, and it also has PlayStation Move functionality, which requires the PS Move racing wheel, which I doubt anyone seriously has. But yeah, this is considered like one of the better Need for Speed games ever released. Also, I remember this well because it came out on Wii U and a PlayStation Vita, and I heard the PS Vita version is actually very impressive. But with that said, this is the PS3 version, and the PS3 version itself supports one player, 2 to 8 network players, and requires 10 megabits of storage, and supports up to 1080i. But yeah, I've actually been going back and trying to buy up a lot of these Need for Speed games because are the chances of them ever getting re-released is pretty low since they do feature a lot of licensed music, which is why a lot of them can't get re-released, unfortunately, or remasters. Need for Speed, um, I think it was Hot Pursuit. Yeah, that one got remastered, but it was missing like 10 songs, sadly. Now, if we open up the case, we can clearly see on the right, we have the disc, and then here we have the online pass. This was when EA was experimenting with like online passes, paid online passes, I believe, and obviously a lot of people really didn't like that, so they eventually got rid of it, especially since you were already playing for things like PlayStation. well, not at the time, but eventually you did have to start paying for PlayStation Network and Xbox Live, which really sucked. And to have you buy an online pass just felt very insulting. Yeah, here's the code. I doubt it works anymore. Honestly, I really don't know if it works. Here's the manual. Manual included on the disc. So this is I mean, what is the point of putting this piece of paper in there if you're gonna just tell me the manual's on the disc? That's rather redundant. But yeah, here's the game disc, and yeah, let's pop it in. All right, there it is. Okay, it's got some. All right, first let's actually check for updates. Oh yeah, and it's got a massive update, a 2 GB update, I should say. Thankfully, I've got gigabyte internet now, so I don't have to worry about this. I remember 2 GB was considered really big back then, um, at least for me, anyways. But of course, you know, times have changed, and a 2 GB patch is considered puny by today's standard. Like nowadays, patches can be as big as the game itself, and the game itself can be like well over 100 GB in size, like sometimes even 200 to 300 GB, which is crazy. Uh, um, but yeah, I'm just gonna let this thing finish, and from there we can see what's on. We can see what's if the game actually works or not. All right, now that the update's installed, let's start the game. Okay, so I tested the game. It works. Unfortunately, I will not be showing any video because there's a lot of licensed music, and I don't want YouTube coming down on me. With that said, the online pass code actually works. So apparently, there doesn't seem to be a expiration date. I'm not even sure if the online mode even works still, but yeah, it does look like I can claim it. Oh, okay, never mind then. All right, yeah, looks like the code is no longer valid for the online mode. Uh, Not surprised really, but I'm surprised I even got this far. Yeah, unfortunately, that's basically it. You know, the game works, it's fine. I just can't show any video of it because of the licensed music. But yeah, that was Need for Speed Most Wanted. It works. I'm glad I have it now, though I kind of wish the back of this case wasn't so water damaged. But oh well, hey, I now have that's one less Need for Speed game that I need to collect. The final game is not actually a PlayStation 3 game. It's actually a PlayStation 1 game, Tetris Plus, to be more specific, rated E for everyone. And for some reason, it's in a PlayStation 3 case. And yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I've never actually gotten any PlayStation game outside the one that I already had. Um, like ever. Like aside from the ones that have been given to me when I got my PlayStation all the way back, like over 20 years ago. Um, Plus another game called Speedpunks from another relative, which unfortunately lost. Aside from that, I have never ever bought any other PlayStation game, and this is the first one since. So yeah, let's see if it works. All right, game is in the system. Let's see if it loads up. I really hope it does. Okay, yeah, it loads up. Error up, error occurred while obtaining CD information. Oh yes, oh yeah, that's right. The PlayStation uses CD, so it's recognizing it as a CD. But yeah, let's actually see if it actually works. So here we go. All right, the game loads up. Okay, that's good. I was a little worried there, but yeah, the game loads up. It works perfectly fine. So yeah, another PlayStation game to my stagnant collection of the last 20 years. Well, okay, I think that pretty much does it for this video, guys. All 3 game discs containing 5 games between them all work. Um, I'm very I gotta say this was a great deal. You know, basically $2 per game essentially. So yeah, if you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe as always. I will see you next time. Take care.